sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. 'Cause this is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. 'Cause this is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Please hit that like button on your way in the building. Ooh, this is a conversation that we gotta have. TDPHINSTALK believes that the Miami Dolphins need to get in the Derek Carr sweepstakes ASAP. Okay, I'm gonna talk about why I feel this way, and I'm gonna break down the facts of the matter. I'm gonna bring some data to support why I feel that they should do this. And we're going to talk about who's the better quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa or Derek Carr at this point in their career, okay? Y'all, once again, hit the like button on your way in the building. I hope everybody is doing well. Nick said TD is losing it. Why don't you hear me out before you go when I'm losing it, okay? Just hear me out first. Hear me out, all right? But we're going to get into it, y'all. Vic Fangio, yes, he has finally signed, thank God. We don't have to worry about that because I started to get nervous when the Eagles DC got a head coaching job. I started to get nervous, thinking Fangio might be doubling back and changing his mind and maybe want to be with the Eagles. So, but that's good that he signed. Now he has to get to work and help us get hopefully a top 10 defense. Hopefully a top 10 defense. We shall see. Time always tells, ladies and gentlemen. Again, punch that like button on your way in the building. I'm going to put the poll up. All right. Let y'all start the stream off with the poll. Better quarterback, Tua or Carr? I'm going to let y'all vote that one out. The poll is up, and we're going to have some conversations, all right? We're going to definitely have some conversations. So there's nowhere in there. All right. So, anywho, all right, so ladies and gentlemen, I think that it would be highly reckless for the Miami Dolphins not to go pursue Derek Carr. Now, I know that bothers some people because it's like, why would you want Derek Carr, TD? Why would you want Derek Carr? Did you just see the season that he just had? I'm not going to lie. It kind of baffles me, to be quite honest with you all. It kind of baffles me. Why is everybody judging Derek Carr off of one season? All of a sudden, one season, and everybody says that writes his. It's almost like, hey, this is writing his career or something like that. I'm seriously trying to understand that. I'm seriously trying to understand that. One season, we're trying to basically determine Derek Carr's career and say that that's what he is. Nick said, not just one season, TD. Okay, well, we'll figure this out because y'all already know how it operates. I bring all the data, statistics, so we'll figure it out. When we say not one season, TD, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out who Derek Carr is as a quarterback. Okay, all right. We will figure that out. Give me 1 second. All right. All right. Shout out to Michael with the donation. Sign Carr and trade Tua and Wilkins for draft capital. Okay. That's a possibility, but I think I'm about to take a whole different approach, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to take a whole different approach. The reason why I feel like the Miami Dolphins need to sign Derek Carr or get into this sweepstakes immediately is because if you truly want to win and you want to give your team the best chance to win, you don't get bogged down on Tua. You keep Tua and you go sign Derek Carr on a contract and let those guys compete it out in camp. You let those guys compete in camp and see who's operating this system best. See who's taking advantage of this system best. And whoever loses the battle in camp, just trade him. After you sign Derek Carr, you can trade him. You can easily trade him right before the season. If Tua loses the battle, maybe you got a backup or trade him. It's that simple. At what point are we going to stop being scared to bring in competition and want to be better at the position? Because all of you who are saying Derek Carr ain't nothing, Tua is better, then you should be all about this, because at the end of the day, Tua shouldn't lose. He shouldn't lose his job to Derek Carr in camp if that's the case. L. Burgess said that's risky. What risk are you taking? What risk are you taking? Please tell me what risk you're taking. Now, when I evaluate the stats, Derek Carr has had a career of consistent play when it comes to production. Does it jump off the screen and jump out the gym? No, not at all, but it is a consistent level of play. Derek Carr in his career pretty much is a 4,000 yards a year quarterback. That's what he is. He has been in this league for 9 years now, and he throws on an average 4,000 yards per year pretty much. Now, it's unfair to compare that with Tua, being that Tua didn't get to start his rookie year and has dealt with a lot of injuries. Now, the injuries I will hold against him, but the not able to start his rookie year, I won't. That's a coaching decision. And at the same token, it ain't like he was going to jump out the gym in year one. We already knew what time it was. But the one thing you can't overlook, the one thing you can never overlook with Derek Carr is the fact that he is going to be on the field for his team 99% of the time. So a consistent level of good play 99% of the time, you cannot overlook that. And I'm sorry, I do personally think Derek Carr is a better quarterback than Tua Tagovailoa. And if you think that Tua is a better quarterback than Derek Carr, then it ain't even by much whatsoever, if we're going to entertain that. But the one thing that I cannot overlook is the fact that Derek Carr is going to always be on the field for his team. Let's take a look. His rookie season, he played and started all 16 games. Next season, played and started all 16 games. Next season, played and started 15 games. The one game he didn't play is because they were 12-3 and they wanted to rest their starters right before the playoffs. 12-3. The next season, 15-15. He went 15 games, but they weren't making the playoffs. There was no need to put him in harm's way. Didn't play the last week. 2018, 16 for 16. 2019, 16 for 16. 2020, 16 for 16. 2021, 17 for 17. And last year, 15 for 15. And the only reason they benched him the last two games is simply because if he would have got hurt, he would have had a guaranteed salary for 2023. And they weren't going to take that risk. Derek Carr done missed games. And the beauty of Derek Carr is he's not going to cost a crazy amount of money like people are out here thinking he is. He's just not. Coming off of the year that he just had, you can get Derek Carr for one of those friendly Ryan Tannehill type deals on an average of $25 to $27 million per year. I think that a team can get away with signing Derek Carr on a 3-year, $78 million contract, $50 million guaranteed, guaranteeing him 2 years. And for the Miami Dolphins, the thing that I don't understand that people continue to overlook is, why are we taking the chance of Tua having a healthy season and or a consistent season and or a consistent level of high play? Those are 3 things that we have yet to see from him 3 years in, and we're going in a route to bet that he's going to do all 3. Number 1, play at a high level. Number 2, play at a high level consistently. And number 3, stay healthy. 3 things that he is yet to do. We're betting on all 3 to come across. It's like playing the slot machine and it's all 3, and it ain't a progressive. They got to hit on the line. 1, 2, miss. Miss, 1, 2. Ding, ding. I mean, that is the most irresponsible thing that we can do. You would need Tua to check all 3 boxes, and we have 3 years of a sample size and hasn't done it yet. Matter of fact, he's never had 2 out of 3 yet. Let that sink in. It's not that right now we're hoping we hit all 3, but in 3 years, he hadn't done all 3, nor has he done 2 out of the 3. It's crazy. It's definitely ridiculous, man. The difference between Tua and Derek Carr, in my opinion, really isn't that far. But I think Derek Carr has a slightly better arm, and he's more durable. And more experience reading defenses. And I just don't understand how people don't see that. I think the Miami Dolphins need to come off of this stance that they have their starting quarterback. They need a real competition to put fire under Tua or have our contingency plan. That's what needs to happen. Carr a better Skylar Thompson? Maybe. Again, it's tough comparing these young players to veterans because Tua should have more upside, but we don't know. Maybe he's already peaked out. We have no clue. Maybe he's already peaked out. No clue. Time always tells, though. Time always tells. All right. Pull up Carr's PFF his first 3 seasons. I already have it up, Dre. I have Derek Carr's PFF his first 3 seasons. So I'll share a screen with you if that's what you want to see. Let's see here. Window, Carr. All right, here's Carr's PFF for his first 3 seasons. If you want to, hold on. There you have it. Oh, no, that ain't it. Here it is right here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so as a rookie, Derek Carr was trash. Obviously, right? As a sophomore, he was solid. Very solid as a sophomore. As a junior, his third year, he was a good quarterback. He was a good quarterback. Then he went down to solid, back in the mediocre range. Then it was solid. Then it was above average, really good. I mean, good again, above average, and then solid. Oh, y'all can't see the rookie year. My bad. Let me move this for a second. My bad for those who couldn't see. This was Derek Carr, his PFF. Deshaun Wilson said 4, he hasn't shown the ability to execute an entire NFL offense. That's true too. I haven't thought about that. A full playbook. Kenna Rankin said, that's Tua all day, though. That's the point. What did I just say? What did I just say about Derek Carr? The difference is he might slightly have a little bit better arm, but he's going to give you this consistently. So when you got your 76s and your 85s and all of that, at least you're going to get it for the full season, and we don't have to worry about our backup coming in giving us the 40s and 50s. That's the point with Derek Carr. People trying to argue Derek Carr is going to be Mahomes versus Tua, you're just being a hater. That's not even close to my argument. My argument is if we're going to stick with Tua, at least Derek Carr is going to be on the field for the whole season to give you this play. Carr is 32. What does that have to do with anything? We are in 2023. This is the NFL. There's no more saying that a quarterback is 32. You can't talk about a quarterback's age until they're probably 38 now. This is the NFL. That 32 doesn't matter anymore. That's been pushed to at least 38. Because the quarterbacks don't take the wear and tear and the bang that they used to. It's easy for them to be 35 and look like they were when they were 27. Now, their mobility may be a little bit of a different, and maybe not even that. Maybe not even that. But yeah, are we willing not to have 30 million for free agency? Are we willing not to have 30 million for free agency? Jose M said, are we willing to not have 30 million? I don't get what you mean by that. Are you saying if we get Carr, or is it worth not having 30 million for free agency? I think you're looking at this the wrong way. That's not how the contracts work. It's not how the contracts work. If you sign Derek Carr, you can make him a $5 million cap hit this year if you want. People that understand salary cap know that whatever the annual yearly is, that's not how they structure it. It's never typically structured that way. His cap hit, we can manipulate and make it whatever we want this year. Oh, I love this comment right here. Kevius King said, y'all just don't get, I think he meant it. No, we get it. He said, every year y'all stir the pot. We're trying to get a new QB from Cam Newton, Jimmy G, Watson, Brady, Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, and now it's Carr. Tua is the guy. Get over it. It ain't nothing to get over. Every year we're trying to get a new QB because with Tua, look at the result every year. That's why. There's nothing to get over. We already know that with Tua, we know what the end result is going to be. So that's why every year we're trying to get a new QB. So we're not going to get over it until this one is replaced or he plays like an actual franchise quarterback. So we're going to continue to beat the drum. And that's what real fans are supposed to do. Real fans aren't supposed to get over trash or mediocrity or average or slightly above average at best. They're not supposed to get over it. We are not going to get over it. We're going to continue to scream and yell, even if it goes unheard, and say that this organization is trash because they continue to go down the path of pride and we continue to lose as a result. So to all of you who continue to try to get a new quarterback, salute to you because you care. You care. And salute to you for not getting over it. People act like, oh, we going with Tua. That don't make or break us. We're real fans. Now we just get to sit here and say they doing it again. Stupidity. Insanity. Over and over, wishing for a different result. And let me tell you why it's hard for them to move on from Tua. Let me break some game down to y'all. And I kind of listen, man, I ain't really fully trying to knock the Miami Dolphins. I just personally want to move on myself because I feel like I know what time it is. That don't mean I'm right. Hopefully I'm wrong because that would be great for us. But let me give you some game where I think that they're terrified on moving away from Tua. Here's why. And this is why I kept telling y'all Tua is the worst kind of quarterback to have because he'll put you in this situation. He's not a bum and he's not great. But that makes you feel as a general manager, but what if he breaks out? You're always holding that hope. You know why? Because it's a bigger failure to move on from him and he ends up being great than it is to move forward with him and him fail. Y'all see how that works? That's the dilemma they're in. It is a bigger embarrassment to move on from him and he ends up being great than it is keeping him and he don't work out. And that's why I keep telling y'all he's the most dangerous type of quarterback because he won't allow you to move on. And JD the Great said he will be great. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I just wish we had evidence that suggests that he will be. Not an anomaly year that still didn't end up producing nothing worth nothing. Where he got yards with Tyreek and his quarterback rating was high, but still produced nothing as a quarterback. Played great, phenomenal against some of the worst teams, and absolutely trash against some of the best. What do you do with that? You just keep moving forward and hoping it gets better. Because if next year at the end of the year, it's the same or it gets a little worse. That's why May 3rd is so important. Are they going to pick up the 5th-year option? TD let Tua live. He is living. He breathing. I think the Miami Dolphins need to make the investment and bring in Derek Carr and say that there will be an open competition in camp. It's that simple. Bring in Carr and say that there will be an open competition in camp. We know Miami want to bring in a real QB like Carr. Yeah, but they can't. I don't even think they can now. It's too late for that now. I wish I would believe that they were exploring that, but I think it's too late for that now. I think that they're 100% tied in and stuck in. They've dug their feet in the dirt. And at the end of the day, now they have to either die on the sword or cheer in their resilience and patience. It's a matter of which one is going to happen. It's tough. Tua is a fan favorite, and Greer cares more about pleasing them than winning. 5 picks for a $30 million receiver is crazy. I don't care if it is Tyreek. Thank you for bringing that up, Slipping Jimmy, because they tried to attack me on Twitter about me saying that we overpaid for Tyreek. Listen, you simpletons. I don't care what you say Tyreek was overpaid for. I don't care if he came out and gave us 5,000 yards, he was overpaid for. It's that simple. Well, did he not produce as if he should have been paid that amount? No, you got to have standards in the NFL on how much you're going to pay each position. And this is where I trip them up at. I ask them, if we pay, okay, perfect. Word of mouth said TD, nah, I don't think so. You don't think we overpaid for Tyreek? Is that what you're talking about, word of mouth? Because I could use you as an example. It ain't me coming at you as an example, but I could surely use you as an example if that's the case. Anybody that don't think we overpaid for Tyreek, let me know in the comment section, because I want to ask you some detailed questions and use you as an example. Anybody think that we didn't overpay? No, we didn't. Dolphin fan number 1. Do you want to be a part of this example? TD, you didn't say that at the time of the trade. L. Burgess, where have you been? You can go watch the initial video I made. We overpaid for him, but hey, we got him. It is what it is. Let's go. I don't know where you've been. It's actually nuts you think we overpaid someone who drastically helped change our offense. You just don't get it. But watch this. For all y'all who want to be a part of the example and say we overpaid, if you think that we did overpay, don't respond. I just want to deal with the people that think we didn't overpay. If we were paying Tyreek Hill $50 million a year, would you consider that being overpaid, even though he totally changed our offense? If we were giving him $50 million a year instead of the 30, do you think that would have been overpaying? Yes or no? Only for the people who think that we didn't overpay him. Watch this, y'all. If we gave him $50 million a year, would that have been overpaid with the production we just got? Just curious. John D said, nope, still wouldn't have been overpaid, huh? Come on. Please tell me, where the other ones at? Dolphin 1, yes, if we have an out in 2 years. No, ain't no out. Ain't no out. Let's make it the exact equivalence. You gave him $50 million a year. You gave him the equivalence would be $130 million guaranteed. I'm making it the exact equivalence of the $30 million a year and $72 million guaranteed. You gave him $50 million a year and $130 million guaranteed. Did you overpay then? I want to check with them same people. Dolphin number 1, come on. TD, you know Tua ain't going nowhere. Come on. Well, I know that, but they don't change. People kept saying, TD, stop talking about we don't need Tua. Why don't you tell us who we should go get? Derek Carr is an option we should go get. But it's funny to me. Where are y'all now? We didn't overpay him this year, but the risk of him declining in the next few years is screaming overpaid. No, that ain't what I asked you. Did we overpay this man? I asked you if we gave him $50 million a year. Is that overpaid? Some of y'all dodging the question. Okay, Dolphin number 1 responded. Money is easy to move when you have a general manager ready to spend. See, they won't answer the question. They won't answer the $50 million question. They won't answer the $50 million question. They want to run away from it and make all these other gestures. 50 million, yes, we overpaid. What about 40 million? Let's do that. Make sure we stick to 40 million. Don't say nothing else. Just answer that. What about 40 million? Would it have been overpaid? Come on, talk to me. Would we have paid if we would have given 40 million a year? Still overpaying? Well, okay. What about 35 million? 35 million. Would we have overpaid? 35 million. 35 million. Let's try to get closer. Did we overpay him if we would have paid him 35 million? Kevin Taylor said nope. So, Kevin, you believe he's underpaid right now? Sorry, Ronnie. So, Kevin, you believe he is underpaid? Where are all my we didn't overpay him people at? Come on, where y'all at? If that's the cap hit, yes. So 35 million is overpaid now for you, Dolphin. So now I'm gonna ask you this final question. What makes you think, because 50 million would be overpaid, 40 million would be overpaid, 35 million would be overpaid for most of y'all who say we didn't overpay. So what brings you to 30 million not being overpaid? What makes you think that 30 million isn't overpaid? Is it because we spent it? Is it because it's what we gave them? Since we gave them 30 million, it wasn't overpaid? Is that what's making you think it wasn't overpaid? The man was willing to go to Kansas City for 25 a year, and they still wouldn't give him the guaranteed money under the 25. And Chris Grigg, Tyreek Hill told you out his own mouth, the Dolphins called and they said, we're going to go all out. What do you think going all out means? Mm-mm-mm. You don't pay I'm not paying a wide receiver over $22 million, but I can understand why some teams would pay 25 million. But 30 million is absolute territory of desperation. That I don't care how great you are. I don't care if you're Justin Jefferson and he about to get 32 million a year, I bet. I don't care who you are. It is an overpay. Tell me what wide receiver was in the Super Bowl making that kind of money this year. $30 million. Kills me. We freaking overpaid, ladies and gentlemen. You tell me what receivers are making that kind of money in a Super Bowl. AJ Brown ain't making no $30 million. He wasn't even making $20 million this year. AJ Brown's cap hit was less than $9 million this year. And the Eagles themselves going to have some things they got to worry about for the future to come, because AJ Brown's getting $28 million next year unless they restructure once again. And truth be told, they already got a voidable year on AJ Brown contract. 2027, they got a voidable year sitting on his contract already. Dolphin number 1 said we can restructure and make it a less of a cap hit. I agree, but that's basically screwing you for 2025 and 2026. That's why I told y'all we are in a window now, because now we're in that situation where we keep restructuring people. Everybody keep getting restructured. Now we're going to have to restructure Tyreek. We're going to have to restructure Armstead. We're going to have to restructure other people so that we could try to even make the team better, which means you are in a window. And in 2 years, you ain't going to have no flexibility to restructure these guys anymore. Matter of fact, in 2 years, they ain't even going to be here. Tyreek Hill is not expected to be here after 2 more years. He going to do his 3 years. That $72 million guarantee going to sit there, and some crazy team going to offer him a 2 years, $60 million contract, and he going to start getting them 2-year biters for another team. He going to go chasing his cash. Teron Armstead, with his age and injury history, he got 2 years at best left. So that's another thing you need to consider. You got to replace these guys, but you also giving up all your capital in the process. Tyreek didn't just cost us $30 million, 5 draft picks. 5 draft picks. If you couldn't find a starting right tackle with them 5 draft picks, regardless of the round, or maybe even another receiver, but 5 draft picks. Hey, which draft pick was that, by the way? Do y'all remember? The draft pick we gave up for Tyreek. I wonder which draft pick that was. I need to go look that up real quick. I like to check on these things sometimes. The San Francisco pick this year or last year? I want to see which picks were those. A first rounder, second rounder, 2 fourths, and a 6th. 2022 first rounder, number 29 overall. Let me see. Who did that end up being? I wonder if that's even a decent pick. Did they get anything good out of it? 2022 first round. First round NFL draft. I hope it was somebody that ended up being a bum. Please. And number 29 ended up being Cole Strange, the New England Patriots. Is that when they traded up? It was 28 to 29 last year. Which one was it? I'm trying to figure out. Hold on. Let me make sure we're in the right year. 2022 NFL draft. That was last year. KC used the pick to trade up. But they traded it to New England. Is that what happened to it? Just give me a second. I'm going to get the original pick. Okay, Kansas City Chiefs from Patriots. Trent McDuffie, cornerback, Washington. Is that what you're saying? Number 21. Shout out to Dolphin number 1 became a new member. Gosh, man. I ain't gonna lie, Dolphin number one. When people like you become a member, I ain't gonna lie, it make me feel real good, bro. We just sat here and had a disagreement in a debate. None of us got disrespectful about it. We just healthily went back and forth, and you became a member. See, them the people I salute, man. If you're a real TD Fans Talk subscriber, man, salute to Dolphin fan number one. That's what I'm talking about. We can debate, argue. I can tell you wrong. You can tell me I'm wrong, but it's respectful. I can't stand these people that get in their feelings crying and get disrespectful and try to hate. Can't stand those people. And I appreciate that from you, bro. When I see people like you donate or become a member or just always around, salute to you, bro. Big time salute, bro. Oh, man. Y'all give me a second because I'm going to figure out the official what happened with that pick because I want to verify what they just said. She's from Patriots. No, I don't want to see what the Trent. So S Brent, you saying Trent McDuffie, cornerback Washington, went number 21 overall? I don't care about that. I want to go back to our pick at number 29. What the number 29 value was. Is that what it was? That was the trade with the Patriots. And that was Cole Strange. So the number 25 pick ended up being Cole Strange. It's basically where I think we are with it. Do you trust Devontae Adams' judgment? Where did that come from? I hope this guy's a bum. Well, he started every game. And wait, hold on. So it was his rookie year, and he was trash. Good, thank God. Why you keep saying Trent McDuffie? I mean, we wasn't gonna trade up. McDuffie. All right, Trent McDuffie. Yeah, I don't know why Trent McDuffie played in no weeks in this time frame. So he didn't even play this year, Trent McDuffie. Strange wouldn't start for us. Cole Strange played okay. His O-line coach was Matt Patricia. Well, I'm gonna keep an eye on Cole Strange because I want to see how he does as time goes. He didn't have a great season. I can understand his but his pass blocking was a 68. That was the highlight. It's just his run blocking was horrible. It was a 48. But he is a solid pass blocker so far in the league. So that's going to be real interesting. And he's a left guard, especially a position that we definitely need. I just want to know, even though we probably would have picked somebody else anyway or whatever. But also we gave up the 2022 second round pick. The Dolphins gave up the 2022 second round pick, number 50 overall. Let's see who that was. 2020 second round pick, number 50. Oh, man. Bless me. Huh. Yeah, I know Fangio signed. We talked about it all already. Second round NFL draft. All right, let me see. All right, let's see who number 50 overall was this year. Chiefs traded that to New England. I see what happened. That's how they moved up, but I still want to see who ended up getting picked at 50. All right. Second round. Number 50 was Tyquan Thornton, wide receiver out of Baylor. Tyquan Thornton. He was a bum as a rookie this year. But again, that's all over there in New England. All right, so that's good. Didn't TD say Carr was a bum trash for the last 2 years? No, sir. I said that I'm not a Carr guy. I said, but when we talk about upgrading, he is a better option. But I'm not this. If you want to compare Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, and all those guys, I'm not even looking Carr's way. But if we're going to sit here and talk about upgrading for the Dolphins, Carr has to be put in the options. Am I sold on Carr? No, but at least he'll give us a better chance to win, in my opinion. He can read defenses. He can execute a whole entire NFL playbook. He's going to be on the field 99% of the time. So you are correct. For the record, I am not a Carr guy, ladies and gentlemen, but I am a Dolphins fan, and I want whatever is the best option for this team. So if it's an upgrade, let me take a look at how that looks. I want to upgrade at every position if possible. It's that simple. I'm not saying that I'm like this, go get Carr or it's Super Bowl. But if we got Carr, I feel bad like we got a better chance. It's that simple. Can we win a Super Bowl with Tua? I'll answer that question myself. Hell no, LOL trash. Listen, I don't know if we can win one with Carr. Rush Music said Tua has a higher ceiling, though. What makes you think that? Because he played less? I'm one of them people that feel like Tua probably already overachieved. Higher ceiling? I think you've already seen his ceiling. And here's the thing. We don't have any evidence of high level of play against great competition when it matters most. Not zero. Not a single one, y'all. They're going to say Baltimore at the beginning of the season when they secondary depleted. It happened. We won. He played great. I give him that. But we don't, come on, let's be honest. We don't have any sample size other than that Baltimore game, maybe, of a high level of play against great competition. And people keep saying, there was a point this year when Tua was on a win streak, I would definitely take him over Carr. If we're going to base it off of that, anybody in their right mind would. There was a point, a time where I would take Davis Mills over Tom Brady if you want to talk about Davis Mills' great little moment versus Tom Brady's bad moment. These arguments make no sense. They make no sense. Could you say Josh McDaniel messed up Carr? Well, we're going to find out next year, wherever he goes, how he performs. I think what happened over there with the Raiders, they didn't have balance. They struggled in other areas of the team. And also, they wanted to force the ball down the field to Devontae Adams. And what the league is turning to right now is trying to keep you from forcing the ball down the field a lot. And it's causing a lot of interceptions for some people. But it does kill me that people can look at a quarterback that goes from like a 4,800-yard season and then he throws 35, which he should have threw for 4,000 this year. It's just that he didn't play the last two games. He was going to do his normal 4,000. He did make the Pro Bowl just like Tua as an alternate. So he throws for pretty much 3,500 yards, and we basically say that's who he is when it's one of the least amount of yards he's thrown for in 9 years of his entire career. Hey, this is a good point Javi making. Carr won't sell tickets. He a bum. Hey, he may not sell tickets because these two and nears will be mad. And here's the reality, y'all. Say the Dolphins did bring Carr in and said it's an open competition. Here's where the problem comes. This is why everybody is going to jump to diminish him. Everybody knows who's going to win that battle. Everybody would immediately know you ain't bring no Carr in to be no backup. They already know who would start week one. They not going. This is the issue. This is why even me saying Dolphins need to do what's best and be fair to everybody. And hey, best man win the job in camp. But the truth is, just like it's been for 3 years, nobody wants real competition for Tua because nobody have confidence that he's going to keep the position. Nobody. Somebody said Tua will smoke Carr in open competition. That's what they said about Ryan Fitzpatrick. Tua gonna smoke him. They ain't even gonna be close. So that's the only fear. That's why they gonna go out here and go on this campaign and talk about how bad Carr is. It's crazy. Carr ain't gonna lose that. And he ain't gonna lose that. Not in no quarterback friendly system like this one. TD gonna make new song if we get Carr. Man, I'm gonna make a new song if we get anybody. If we moved on. If we move on from Tua, y'all have to understand. I just have my personal belief that he's not a franchise quarterback. And any real subscriber on this channel knows I stress every stream. It don't mean I'm gonna be right. Tua might end up being the greatest of all time. I ain't no fool. It don't mean that I'm gonna be right. I just in my evaluation, and my evaluation don't have to mean anything to any of you all. But in my evaluation, he's not a franchise quarterback. He is the worst type of quarterback. He's good enough not to be good enough. So you'll be stuck with him. He'll do things to make you feel like he's turning the corner the right direction. Then he'll do things to make you feel like, God, dog, how can you be so good in one moment and be so trash in another? That is not a franchise quarterback. Franchise quarterbacks don't give you a 90 and then a 50 and then an 80 and then a 60. Franchise quarterbacks try to keep you in that 70, 80 range consistently, even if they don't give you any 90s. It's about consistency in this league, y'all. I can't deal with a guy who's all over the place that can give me a Baltimore and then give me a Chargers, that can give me a Browns and then shoot me a freaking San Francisco, that can literally give me a Lions and then slap me in the face with a Green Bay. Even the mediocre games are on a separate spectrum. Even the mediocre games. Houston, you may not have been terrible. You're okay. But then the freaking what is it? Pittsburgh. Come on. Like, I'm looking for the Tua middle of the road games. He needs to replace some of the bad games with more middle of the road games. That's the issue. Tua season would have looked a whole lot better had he performed well. And let me give you these two games. Week 1 versus the Patriots week, whatever it was, versus Pittsburgh. Like, say he played at a high level in those 2 games, even with the bad games, it makes his season look so much better. Because in those 2 games weren't even the trash debacles, but technically he did not play well at all in those 2 games. He was there for the show. He didn't contribute to the show. To be fair, if Tua goes crazy next season, what a story, LMAO. But we are Dolphin fans. It won't happen. Shaking my head. It could. I hope he does go crazy, go insane. Give me 4,800 yards and 35 touchdowns and 14 at max picks. If you give me 30 some touchdowns, I'll take that. I'm with that, man. I hope something like that happens. But this is what typically happens. He played trash like he did week 1 versus the Patriots, but we won, so we're not allowed to talk about it. See, ladies and gentlemen, what I tried to tell y'all early in the season before it started is wins or losses don't matter this year. It's about Tua Tagovailoa and how well he plays. It's about his evaluation. And so they get mad at me when I keep the same energy in week 1 and he plays bad, but we win. I don't care about the win. I'm evaluating him because we can win as much as we want. We will lose in the playoffs because it's going to depend on him. I don't care if this year we had 14 wins and we had a first round exit like that. It's the same thing to me. It's all about how we won, how he played. We had nine wins this year. What if we would have? Well, Noah saved us in that one. Trying to go to our losses. Well, never mind. Couture went on the field in most of them. I don't care if we went 15-2, y'all. If you lost in the first round like we just did, this is why I didn't care about the record this year. I knew with Tua Tagovailoa, make the playoffs or not, we ain't doing nothing in them. This is why I evaluate him. Because this team is going to go as far as he can take us. We don't have a historic defense. We don't have a historic running game. So he was going to have to be the difference. And maybe we build a historic defense next year. Not banking on it, but maybe we do. Because I feel like some of our key players are starting to age on defense in that secondary. And a whole bunch of wild cards back there. I agree, Sean Tunsil. Whoever gets Carr is going to get a quarterback who is dangerous and determined to show the benching wasn't warranted. You know what's funny, S. Brent? I know you said Lamar Jackson, Waddle, Hill, Sherfield, Mostert, Wilson. Boy, that's some yards with the average defense, right? But remember before this season started, what were we saying? Ooh, Tua with all that speed, Waddle, Hill, Sherfield, Mostert, Wilson. Man, we finna get some yards. Only person got yards was on Tyreek. Waddle got his normal. Only person got yards was Tyreek. Everybody else had to sit back and play second fiddle. And that's another thing. Y'all don't think that we overpaid Tyreek? First and foremost, Tyreek is one of the main reasons why our offense is limited. Because we're simply force feeding him. Nobody else is getting involved like that. And I'm going to tell you this too. Waddle was less productive this year. I know it looks like he was more efficient. But all we used Waddle for was the big chunks. He ain't a guy that's just eating all day no more. Waddle was just getting the chunks this year. Now, I understand that duo and how it works, right? But let me ask y'all this. Let's go to the Chiefs, right? Who's their number one target? Who's the Kansas City Chiefs' number one target? I'm handle your donation in a moment. Lemma Bob too. Appreciate you though, homie. Who's the Chiefs' number one target? We all know Travis Kelce. Now tell me who the number two target is. Tell me who the number two target is in Kansas City. Who's the number two target? No Kelce. Y'all underestimating. Yeah. Juju is their number two target, okay? Who is the number three?